American versatility in the flesh. Now, I have an interesting topic today I want to talk about, and it's a topic that not a lot of people talk about. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a sensitive issue or if people just don't want to disclose maybe some personal information, some family information. But I'm going to talk about it here because I believe it's a lot of individuals out there who have these questions and would like to know, the best ways to deal with this particular topic. Now, the topic I'm going to be talking about is how do you stay connected? How did your bond stay strong with an individual who has been incarcerated? How can you effectively communicate to them that you still care, that you're still in their corner, that you're still supporting them? And I'm doing this from a former inmate's perspective, so I'm giving you guys kind of the emotions that we feel on the inside and some of the frustrations that we may feel about maybe some ways that we feel that people are coming up a little short on the outside and things of that nature. And I believe it's a lot of miscommunication because I believe a lot of inmates can't articulate their preference or what they would like for an individual on the outside to do for them. And so hopefully I'm going to get it I'm going to get you guys at least in the ballpark, and I'm going to help strengthen that bond that you may have with an individual. Now, I know this is definitely a topic that a lot of people may be able to relate to out there because, of course, in America, we're going through a mass incarceration. Just, it's really kind of like a genocide. I mean, it's ridiculous how many people are getting locked up each and every day. And so, in some form, in some 2-3 degrees of separation, almost everybody out there knows an individual who has had a run-in with the law and probably has a felony, has been locked up. So this may be helpful. Now, like I said, from an inmate's perspective, when we've talked about this amongst ourselves while in prison and things of that nature, and we say it's 5 ways that you can show support, that you can show love, that we'll appreciate. And I believe a lot of these 5 ways are kind of built on the 5 senses that we have as people, the audio, visual, and all that kind of stuff. And so you can see the correlation, and you can kind of, maybe it'll make a little more sense. Like, oh, okay, like I understand why these things are effective, or why my loved one incarcerated would want this, while he's gone or she's gone. And so let's get started with the 5 things. Number one is pictures. These are in no particular order. I just started with just the first one that came to my head. Number 1 is pictures. A lot of people are visual people. A lot of people are homesick while they are incarcerated, and so a lot of people have kids, and it's tough when the picture you may have in your head of someone is the only thing that you have, and you're trying so hard to hold on to that. So it helps when somebody can send some pictures in. Somebody can send some pictures in of like an event, maybe a birthday or things of that nature, or just regularly send pictures in maybe of the kids, so you can see, it's hard enough to be away from your children, but it's even more heartbreaking to see them growing up, and to see a picture from when they were 3, and then to see a picture now when they're 10 or 12 years old, and they look totally different. They're almost like your height now and things of that nature. So you know, at least gradual pictures, I think definitely does the soul a lot of good and can help these individuals cope a little better while incarcerated. And it's super cheap. You know, pictures are not very costly. So this is one of the things that I think can definitely be done. Number two, letters. Um, it's funny because my generation, the millennial generation, we almost never write like handwrite letters anymore. I mean, I had an individual remark to me when she wrote me. She said, "Man, my hand is cramping up. Like I can't remember the last time I wrote a letter." And I thought that was hilarious. But you know, she was right because I couldn't remember the last time I've written a letter before I got incarcerated. You know, everything I was doing now was on a computer. Typing emails, typing up papers for school, things of that nature. I don't even think college was even accepting handwritten papers or essays or assignments or anything like that. So definitely letters, you know, it doesn't have to be extravagant, it doesn't have to be super long. I think some people feel when a certain amount of time is going by, like, oh man, like a long time is going by, so I need to make this letter long because I need to I need to show why I waited so long because it took a lot of time and effort to do the letter. That's absolutely false. Just do a little something, throw it in the mail, let us know you're thinking about us. That does the soul a lot more good than anything. Like a quick paragraph, even a few lines. People appreciate that. I could tell you that when you hear your name from mail call, it's an exciting feeling. You know, no matter how much support you already have or how little support you already have, people appreciate when they believe that somebody on the outside is taking time out of their busy day to think about a person that's out of sight and you know, because we think out of sight, out of mind. So letters is huge, man. And I know in the feds we actually have a email system. So I would encourage you know, and that's free for anybody on the outside. So that's one big thing you can do is you can keep in touch with your loved one through the email, and that saves a lot of time and that keeps you from kind of leaving your comfort zone because I mean literally all of us write emails every day, so that's nothing. And it can even come to your smartphone now, so you can get like a notification like this person is on Twitter or Facebook or something like that. So it's super simple. Number three is visits. Kind of like the 5 love languages, the review I highlighted, the book 5 love languages by Gary Chapman. Some people main love language is physical touch, and so visits do a lot in terms of that is the only time that you can actually physically hug your loved one, physically touch them. You know, you're actually allowed to kiss them, I believe, at the beginning and at the end. And then there's so much that can be said in person. I believe a lot of things maybe easier to say in person, while some things are easier to say through letters or on the phone. But definitely visits, if they can be managed. People get excited about visits every day, anytime they get them. But I know, like, coming from the federal prison system, you know, they're liable to put you anywhere in the country. You know, like I said, I'm from Atlanta, but my first compound, I was in Kentucky, in the mountains of Ashland, Kentucky, about 8 hours away. So, you know, that was a little bit of a strain on my loved ones to be able to come out there and see me on a regular basis. But you know, I had some people that make it, and I'm forever grateful for them and super appreciative of them showing me that kind of support, because that did my heart so much good in order to make it through one of the toughest times of my life.